Welcome replayers to #Time for Art Live Hop. I expect lots of you are replaying because it's very early in the morning in the States, but here in the UK, we're just about to lunchtime. So this hop today, Laurie made it over very quickly from lovely Meri's, and Carol, welcome. Replayers and gentle listeners, I've got people popping into the live chat now. Oh, happy lunchtime, Mel Joy. I've got bits and pieces here that you've given me over the years. I'm all hemmed in with no Mel Joy here to help me today. I wanted to get close in because I thought, if you're anything like me, I'm dead nosy. And if someone was rifling through a box of found items, I would like to have a close look in too. Oh, there's Kimberly and Ali. Oh, good. It's a good afternoon to Mel Joy and Ali. So nice to see you. And there's Barbara. Oh, so lovely to see you. Rhonda, I'm all the better for being here. I'm really so pleased to be here. Here's our lovely Angie, who we're all keeping in our hearts at the moment. Hi, lovely Angie. Oh, Sylvia, good morning. Oh, Janice, so nice to see you. Jen, good morning. Do you know if you're in the States, you are early birds. Thank you for joining me. Do you know, to the people here in the UK, it's Central Time. I had to check yesterday. I had to do a time check. It's Central Time. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. Eastern Time is 8 o'clock, I do believe. I always have to do a time check though, because I'm always a little bit afraid. Oh, look, there's a magnet here, and it's magnetized the washers on. Now, isn't that handy? Wow, okay. So this is my box, little bits of broken jewelry. And how about who else apart from me picks little bits and pieces up as they're going along? Obviously, I clean them as well. It's 4 a.m. Jen, if you want to fall back to sleep, you do that. Oh, you relax, Jen. Goodness me. It's a box of goodies. It's my box of goodies. And I haven't got to use it that often. So, yes. But my pockets. Do you know when the boys were little, their pockets were always full of little found pieces and crab apples from the crab apple trees. They're tiny little apples. Oh, bless them. Who got me started on doing this? It was Mel Joy who lent me the tools to start with, and then I thought, I love doing this. So I thought, I'm going to treat myself to my own tools. And then especially when our lovely Laura, who's probably setting up just now, thank you, by the way, Flo, for holding these for me. She's so helpful, so helpful. When Laura started making dangles like this with beads, I'll show you those in a minute. I thought, oh, yes, I want to do that. Oh, yes, it's a treasure box, isn't it? Yes, Peter. Oh, you'll say good morning. Here in Australia, it's 11 p.m. on a Friday night. Oh, it's our lovely time traveller, you've had your day already. So nice to see you, Peter. Oh, so lovely to see you. I hope you've had a good day, and yes, let yourself drift off to sleep. It might be a bit hot with you, probably not too bad because you live in Melbourne. I'm having a little rifle through here. Oh, Roy's on a cruise. How wonderful. That's lovely. I wonder if he's making a video for us. Oh, who saves? We save everything, don't we, Mary? There's Anne. Good morning, Anne, dear. Sorry I didn't say good morning to you earlier. Flo was just setting up, so I didn't want to interrupt her. And Anne lives in Melbourne, Florida. Oh. So I saved the little LED light bulbs, and I've never used them before. They've got two little, I don't know where the camera is, two little wires here. So I'm just going to pinch these together. Oh no, they pinched off. Okay, not a problem. Oh, it was 32 degrees. Well, we have in our wonderful world, moving on from that, in our wonderful worldwide community, we have people that are minus numbers and people that are really, really hot and bothered. Although it's not too bad. It's not too bad for you, Peter. I hope you sleep well. So I'm just going to tie that on, and you could bind it later on. I will stick some sort of glue on here later. I'm just going to dangle it on. Let me show you what I'm using here. Flo, let me just bring this closer to the camera here. Can you hear Freddie sighing? I'll show you Freddie in a minute. A little found sardine can opener, and I put it on a pin, and I put some little rings on, and I'm using this very fine copper wire because I can just bend it with my fingers and it's so relaxing. Oh, Teresa. Good morning, Teresa. Now, Teresa is used to working with wire. She makes wonderful, wonderful embellishments and ornaments with hundreds and hundreds of glass beads and crystal beads. So look away now, Cheryl, because Teresa, because I'm such an amateur at this, just having a little play. I made a light bulb and I've put it down somewhere. So I was going to put that on. I'm not going to let that bother me. I'll just put something else on. The light bulb will turn up. So that's my little found items here. I've put a little bit of gesso on the key, and I've just put a little vintage book paper, and I've punched out with my handy dandy hole punch, hole reinforcer. So yeah, the light bulb will turn up in a minute, and when it does, I'll pop it on. Thanks, Flo. We've shown everybody that. Oh, Teresa, your latest one. Oh my goodness. I asked you how many beads were on it. You did answer me. Did you say something like 300? Absolutely amazing. Oh, there's Meri. Good morning, Meri, dear. I'm just playing with found items here. Let me just show you. It's not a tutorial, really. Let me just show you my take on making a junk journal, junky found item charm. So what I do is I get one of these. It's got a clip. I think you call that a lobster claw clip. And it's a long chain. It's very fiddly diddly. I admire you, Teresa, I really do. Let me put it in front of a card and you might see it a bit better. Let's get that in focus. And you can see every other chain, or sometimes right next to, because I'm not counting, I put in a little loop or a wire and I dangle something from it. Now, if you haven't got anything like that, I've got something here, which is a chain from an old piece of jewellery. And I'm going to use that next. All I need to do is pop it on a pin. Sometimes the pins are found pins. Thanks, Angie dear. That one was found. So let's pop it on there. And then I'm just going to dangle from that. So you don't need many supplies, but I did treat myself to these three. You get them in a pack. Oh, good morning, Vanessa dear. Oh, Peter says, give me winter any day. I know you do feel that when you've got a bit hot, don't you? Yes, that's true. That is true. Do you know, Peter, don't want to rub it in, but Freddie and I did have such a lovely walk today. We got there and it was about 8 o'clock, and every time we stepped on the grass, it wasn't snowy, but it was all frosty. It was crinkly. The grass was all crinkly. Oh, it was lovely. One person's junk is another man's treasure. Oh, I know, we're like that, aren't we? So I'm just going to show you how I put one of these. You can bend the lovely wire round, or you can, I think these are left over from a friend of mine called Penny, who crafts lovely, and she gave Mel and I some little rings. So what you do is, I learnt this from lovely Laura when Laura was going through her phase. Brenda, good morning to you. Flo and I are making junky, I need to find some treasure in here now. Junky junk charms. We're upcycling. And I was thinking about recycling is sending things to the recycling, and they chop down the cardboard, don't they? And make it into new cardboard. I was thinking sometimes when we upcycle, we can upcycle things that cannot be recycled, and that's brilliant. On Monday, I'm going to be using some polystyrene packaging to use as printing. So it's wonderful to use. Sorry, I enjoy rifling through here too much. Oh, I love that. I love that washer. So I'm going to put this on here like this. You open it up. It's very soft metal, and because I'm not making jewelry, it doesn't have to be that precise. You can make it neater if you want to, and use your tools. You use both of them, and then you push it together like so. And then to that, I found this lovely button. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And most of the buttons we own came from a button skip. A button factory near us was closing down. And thanks, Colin. And we were lucky enough, it came on Facebook, and we were lucky enough to go and rifle through the skip with permission. And it was the skip was surrounded by mostly crafty ladies like ourselves and crafty gentlemen. And it was a shame it stopped the buttons going to landfill. But eventually, it's a wonderful story because it was a whole, yes, Janet's doing surgery. Meljoy's not here to mop my brow as I do surgery. It's very fine work for me, isn't it? Eventually, it went on Twitter, and a Chinese artist who I did look up, Meljoy and I can get the details for you, bought the whole huge warehouse of buttons. A lot of them were vintage. A lot of them. It had been there for 100 years, a family business. And the artist worked. He did huge installations. So next time I went to see, I said, can I go into the factory, the button warehouse? And they let me go in. And it was something like Indiana Jones and the Temple of, was it the Temple of Doom, where they went in and all the packaging, the wooden packaging boxes, and there were people talking with radios. Everything was being packaged up for the Japan and being shipped over to the Japanese artist. So there we are. That is my, oh look, that's fallen off. There we are. Let's put that back on. Fiddly diddly work, isn't it? Oh, Christina, my dear. Button treasure, it was button treasure. Christina, my dear, when I see you in chat, I realise that you're up and maybe worrying. Now, you drift off, drift back. Hopefully you're not in the craft room. Well, maybe you're crafting. Do some crafting, because Christina's in Australia. Do some crafting. And oh, I am a bit earlier today, aren't I? So it's not in the middle of the night. It's not my usual time of streaming, is it? Julia is the wonderful lady. If everybody hasn't welcomed Julia into chat before, welcome Julia. Julia created flow. There we are. You have to pinch them together so they don't escape. There's my junky charm there. You're just, of course you are. It's that little bit earlier. I usually stream at 2 p.m, don't I? Yes. Found items. Your found items can be items from nature too. They don't need to be man-made. So a great way to recycle nature is to make compost. Kimberly, yes, Flo is in front row. Well, she loves doing this sort of thing. Oh, look at this. It's from a silver birch tree, and I haven't glued that. Isn't nature amazing? Freddie and I were walking along, and I thought, wow. So that's another thing. Picked it up, popped it in my pocket. Lynn. Oh, Lynn's from Canada. Lynn, is it your first time in chat? So nice to meet you, Lynn. Meet Barbara. Barbara, meet Lynn. You come from Canada. Oh, it's a world of artists, isn't it, Alicia? Oh, thank you, Alicia. Colin the cuckoo clock does love to join us. Oh, you inherited a button tin, did you? It's so wonderful. You'll be able to make some wonderful things, Julia. Oh, so I thought I got my hole punched some holes, and I thought that I've got the headdress you made. Wonderful, that's there. But of course, our Flo, you know, she's quite demanding. Sorry, I knocked the camera then. I'm very hemmed in. I'll show you later at the end. She likes to have multiple clothes, so I thought, well, that will make quite a trendy little headdress. Now, Laura does this. Again, I pick these up on the road, give them a wash. What time is it here, Lynn? It's 12:20 p.m, so just nearly time for lunch. I will be watching Laura, who comes after me, and we'll be doing some. I'll be eating lunch and watching my lovely Laura. I'll be watching Laura on the big screen on the telly. That winds her up when I say that. And in the bottle cap, where's the camera? I put a picture and some stickles. Number 13. That's Flo's lucky number, isn't it, Flo? And I put some glossy accents on. Now I'm going to move away from glossy accents, do something different. Look at this one. It says, please recycle me. Well, before I recycle you, bottle cap, I'm going to upcycle you. Oh, you would be so welcome to come to me. Lynn says it's 8 a.m. with you. Nice way to have your cuppa. Well, welcome, Lynn. So glad you're sitting, relaxing, and this is a good time to say hello to the gentle listeners in the background. You're very welcome here. It's so lovely to have you with us. I'm experimenting with wax coatings. Now there's a name. When you do wax, there's a name for that, isn't there? Encaustic. I'm going to try doing that. So I had a little experiment. I've got here, if I don't knock the camera, let me show you my little experiment. I had a chocolate fondue set that my lovely neighbour Sandra gave me, and I thought, ooh, so I chopped up some candle and put the light underneath and melted that. Of course, I think I need to treat myself, sorry, knocking the camera there, treat myself to a little beeswax candle, because of course this dries white, but I'm very pleased with it. It was fun. So other things that I've been doing, so that's the encaustic. That's chocolate fondue would have been nice though, Brendan, wouldn't it? I haven't used it as a chocolate fondue. It's fine. I can wash it out, thoroughly wash it out and use it again. It's not a scented candle. Oh, you're too tired for the trip. Oh, yes. Barbara will come and pick you up by helicopter and fly you over. Oh, what else am I up to? Let me hang that there. What else? So as preparation on Wednesday afternoon, I had a little go. See, I did a little bit of encaustic on melted beeswax on there, but of course, because it's a white candle, I need to get a natural coloured little tiny candle. I think dear Maljoy might have some of those. Thanks, Meri. Thank you, dear. So the other thing I love to pick up are pre-squashed, because if you squash the bottle tops through your Sizex, it does harm the plates, unless you've got a partner or a hubby, or you yourself have an inch press. I like the pre-squashed ones that I pick up. Thank you, Vanessa, for putting in lovely Laura's link, who'll be coming up soon. You use, I think you mean crayons, Julia. We love Taiwanese. So yeah, we knew you meant that. So how I prepare, this one is all prepared and sealed. I don't want to add anything to it because I think that is just perfect the way it is for a junk journal. So if it's a big item that I get some wire wool, if it's a big item that you are, which I do upcycling of furniture. Oh, whole house is full of upcycle things. There's not much fumes coming off here, but do be careful. Do it in a ventilated area. So you just, with a little piece of wire wool, and then I have finishing wax. Now, finishing wax is great for in between pages. So then I haven't finished completely sanding that one down yet. So you get I upcycle furniture and my banister with chalk paint. So you have to seal it. It's called Rust-Oleum. So it's really, oh, it's lovely. No sharp edges. And you can get, so this has been pre-sanded down, and you can even get some shine on it as well. And you could fill it in with some beeswax as well, which I might do. There we are. That's Wax-Oleum all around the edge. So there's no nasty edges. There's no rust going to come off, and it's not going to be rusty on your fingers anymore. So let's pop the lid on that. There we are. An old rag. They come in so handy. And that, yeah, they come up beautifully for junk journals. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Kimberly. A nice little bit of treasure there. Yes, yes, thank you. So I'll probably be going very soon. I won't do a little giveaway now, but people contact me on all sorts of social media and say they liked the video or they comment down below, and that's lovely. So I will be getting my lovely little woolly hat out and pulling out names from a hat. So I'm going to leave you now. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Thank you so much. I am a fan of recycling too. Yes, if we can use recycled things. Thank you for sharing the treasure with Flo and Mo. And before I go, there's the link to lovely Laura, who was a great inspiration for making these charms in the first place. Thank you, Laura dear. So hop over, but just before you do, close your eyes because you're going to get dizzy. I'd just love you to say goodbye to dear little Freddie, and I will show you the cramped setup here as well. Pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure. So just before you hop to lovely Laura's, let me show you. I hope it doesn't pull the camera up. Steady, steady. So where am I? So there's Flo. There's my laptop and my hair. The junky desk here. And there is lovely Freddie dreaming of his girlfriend. It's the Freddie fan club. And there's the encaustic on a chair, and the camera is hooked to this chair. Oh, Freddie says goodbye. Christina and Peter dear, sleep well, and everybody else. Hop, hop, hop to Laura's, and the links, if you're a replayer, the links will be in the description box down below. So hop, hop, hop to Laura. If you can see by my fireplace, you can see some scaffold boards ready to be made into a coffee table. Upcycling heaven in this house. Oh, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, gentle listeners. Goodbye, replays. Hop, hop, hop. Follow the links and have a wonderful day. Thanks, Meri. Thank you. Bye.